us to leave this world better than we found it. And
4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. This is to inform the general public that the holy month of Ramadan, the month of impactful rewards, and the month of blessings is here again. Therefore, we beseech Muslim faithfuls to sponsor our Ramadan programs such as Call to Prayers, Tafsir Quran, Qira'atul Quran, Ramadan Talks, Women of Jannah, Paradise, specially designed for the Muslimah, Children's Program for our young upcoming Ustaz, Dawn Program, Sahur Special, live on Citizen FM, and many more. Allah says, who will loan Allah a beautiful loan on earth, and Allah will build a house for him or her in Jannah. Talk to us today. Please call 0806 397 7823, 0812 0043990, or 0817 3964218. Let's partner to make it a Ramadan to remember.
Good afternoon, Abuja, and thanks for staying with us here on 93.7 Citizen FM. How are you doing today? It's another Monday afternoon, and it's another beautiful day. Thanks and praises to Almighty God that we're here to witness it. It's come up to 13 minutes past 3 this afternoon, and this is time for your favorite political show, Politics Now. This is a show where we sit together to discuss and look at the issues concerning our country, how the political atmosphere is building up, what is going on. Are we on the right track? Are things going right? How do the people feel? And it's also an opportunity. It's a program for Nigerians to give feedback to our leaders. Let them hear how we feel so that it can impact the decisions they make in terms of how to lead our country better. My name is ERNEST, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the show this afternoon. All right, issues pertaining to the recent elections that went down, both the presidential, National Assembly, the governorship, and the state assembly elections are still in the news, and the fallouts are still with us, and different persons have their different perspectives as to how those elections came about. But the important thing is this: no matter how you feel about them, the statutory bodies responsible for their work, they have done their work. If you do anything outside of what the statutory bodies have done, it means that you are going against the law. That is what it means. So what we need to do is comply with the system, and then if there's anything we are dissatisfied with, we work with the law to achieve that. That is how they do it in civilized societies. I must congratulate Nigerians on their patience. There was a belief in some quarters that this election will cause a lot of chaos in our country. Unfortunately, however, we have disappointed those naysayers who believe that once elections are done in Nigeria, the next thing you're going to see, people are going to be on the streets fighting and killing each other. I agree that some unsavory and untoward events took place during the elections in some parts of the country. And we hope that as we go forward, we move forward in our country, those issues will die off, and then we'll begin to have elections where there will be no pocket of violence or ballot box snatching or any form of injuries against anyone. People walk to their polling units, cast their votes, and leave. And at the end of the day, the electoral umpires will compile the results and then just announce who won. I've said it before, if I want to serve in any capacity in my country, in my state, or in my local government area, I'm not going to fight anyone. If I cast my vote at the end of the day, whether I am cheated or not, whatever result is released, I will just accept it. Serving your people is denying yourself so many things. So if the people don't want you to serve them, there's no need of killing anyone to get that. That is the way I feel. I know some others don't feel the same way. They spend so much money and they believe they're going to get so much from that office, and so they are ready to do one or two other things just to get it. But as we move forward, I believe that we'll begin to see and people will begin to understand that it is a call to service. And if you contest with 5 other persons and you believe also that those people want to serve, why should you be angry that the other person won? You just stay on the side and ensure that the person serves well. You become, what do they call it now? That is somebody who is there to actually keep the person who won on his toes. That, look, I'm here. If you misbehave or don't do well, the people will throw you out and put me in. Become a pressure group, so to speak. So look, I don't see why people grumble and complain, and you want to do things, say, let's destroy the system because I didn't win. So please, let's learn to take it easy. Let's learn to understand that the togetherness of Nigeria, of our country, is far more important than the ambitions of one person. Okay, so I see people who say it must be this one, it must be that. Look, all those things don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. I remember some of the governors who are in office right now that we were shouting about when they won elections. Yes, we made him to win. And today, the people of those states are complaining. So we have to understand that there are fundamental issues in our system that prevent some of these people from working. And until we get those things right, we may not exactly get the kind of leadership we deserve. So we must begin to look inwards at ourselves. How do we react to leadership? Do we obey the laws? Do we do the right things ourselves? If you have that president you're looking for, maybe the person you voted, maybe it's not the one, you didn't vote for APC or president-elect Ashimaju, and you believe that the person you voted for would have done better. Look, it's neither here nor there. For me, I don't know. So long as these people have put themselves out to serve, whoever wins, just give them support, pray for them, and see how we can get the best out of that particular person, instead of beginning to make negative comments and create a lot of tension around the place. This is our country at the end of the day. We don't have another one. These British people are talking now. They were the first to announce that Abuja is going to be bombed and scattered, and we are running away, Americans. And then after our elections that has gone smoothly, they are coming here to talk and threaten people visa ban. If we don't visit England, what is the big deal? We don't have our own country. I don't blame them. It's our leaders who are always running to go and get visa from them. If we don't go to them to get visas, why should they be threatening visa ban? If you did a visa, there are some Nigerians, British beg them to come because they have value. So look, all those threats, visa ban, this and that. Look, I don't know why they should be talking into our elections. Their own country is in chaos. They have more problems than we do. It's just because we are not educated enough to understand that sometimes there are things we need to keep within ourselves and resolve it internally in our own internal mechanisms. We shout before we say anything. Some people will say, I will let the international community know. International community. I'll just be laughing. Russia has been attacking Ukraine. The international community has been shouting, have they stopped it? International community cannot do anything for you. It is about what you do for yourself. It's about what we do for ourselves in our country and how we make it run better that counts at the end of the day. All the countries have condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine. What have they done? They're still killing people there till now. So the international community can't really do much. I will tell international community. Nigerians, we talk with a lot of ignorance, and it hurts me. Let's learn to resolve our issues here and not have these British and Americans poking their noses into it as if they are better than we are. We've lived in those countries and we know they have more problems than we do. Maybe they are more developed than we are, I agree. But look, every country has their own problems and they have the way to deal with it. If the election is not satisfactory to some people, let's find a way to dig it out. There are processes laid down by law. Let's not allow these people to hear our voices all the time. You know, I remember living in a neighborhood with some families, and I remember that there was this husband and wife. I had never heard anything from them. They had a way of resolving their issues internally. And I was really envious of that kind of life where you just have this husband and wife, they know how to resolve their issues without bothering anyone else. Anytime you see them all smiles and joyful, it doesn't mean that they didn't even have issues, but you must find a way to resolve your issues internally without letting every Tom, Dick and Harry to be dipping their tongue into your issues. If we begin to learn to do that, you will discover that some of the negative reports about Nigeria that you see in the international media, they will disappear. It is we who give them the fuel for those fire that you see, you travel, your green passport, they told you to go and wait somewhere else. It is from what we say and what we report here that they get all those ideas and begin to treat us like half citizens or second-class people, you know. So if we begin to talk positively about our country and project that, you see it happening. It doesn't these things don't matter that much. See, it must be Atiku, it must be Obi, or it must be Tinubu or whoever. Look, at the end of the day, it's our country. Buhari will leave in a few weeks' time. Is he going to carry the country and go to that right? No, he will leave and will continue and start building on whatever positives they were in his government, and all the negatives, they've gone. You know, let's learn to understand. Look, I don't understand. Sometimes it's frustrating the way Nigerians think, as if things don't happen today, we will all die the next day. Let's learn to understand that it's one step at a time. One step at a time. Okay? I know a lot of people may not agree with that, but look, over the years, as you begin to get more experience, you study, you discover, look, there's no perfection. There's no perfection anywhere. It's just the most important virtue you can have is patience. Once you're patient and you're prayerful, you'll be surprised. I mean, even the British that we're talking, do you remember what happened? When Rishi Sunak, the current prime minister, what happened? He wanted to be prime minister, threw in his tie and his hat in the ring, so many of them. He was winning, but some people felt he shouldn't get it. They cunningly gave one lady they call Liz Truss. She didn't last 3 weeks. What happened? They said, oh yeah, who is interested? Nobody was interested. If you are interested, you must have 100 MPs, that is members of parliament, supporting you. Only Rishi Sunak got that. It's like they came to beg him to take it. You know, so patience. God has, if he had disrupted the system because the people did not allow him win, he will not be there. They came to meet him in his house with the qualification. Nobody else was qualified. So look, sometimes when, especially we Christians, when you read the Bible and you see all those things that are telling you to be patient, don't retaliate when they treat you badly, when somebody cheats you, let them go, you think the Bible doesn't know what it's saying. I look at the pastors just talking all kinds of aggression and things like that, and I begin to laugh. The Christian religion is a religion of gentleness and patience and forgiveness and love. It's not, they treat me like this, I will treat them back and things like that. So let's begin to imbibe all these virtues. And you see, the Spirit will work out this thing. If you see the way it worked out for Rishi Sunak, the man went to his house to sleep. The person they gave it to instead of him almost crumbled their country in 3 weeks. They had to beg him. So look, the same thing could happen here. I know a lot of people don't believe all these things. Relax. I have learned from understanding that, look, when you follow the spirits and do the right things, you will discover you'll just be sleeping and the things you desire, they fall on your lap, while some people are fighting and killing themselves to get it. All right? So let's learn to be a little bit more patient and believe in our country and the systems, and we will see that things will begin to work out. My guest is keeping, I don't know, he called me a few minutes ago, but I don't know if there is traffic on the streets. I didn't witness too much traffic when I was coming here. So James, I don't know who you are, please. We're holding up for you here. You are holding us up. Let's look at some of the issues. You were part of the whole electoral process. Let's hear from you and see how you can help us to build our confidence in our system and to understand that, like the English people said, Rome wasn't built in one day. This is Citizen FM 93.7, and the program is Politics Now. My name is Ernest. All right? Let's learn to have a little bit more faith and a little bit more love for our country. I know it's difficult with all the challenges we go through every day, but you know, I was reading something over the weekend, and you know what it said? Check whether this is true or not. That if you're born into poverty where you have to struggle and work hard, that you end up living longer than people who were just born into the lap of luxury. I don't know how far that is true. See, that zeal, that energy you have, which pushes you to work harder, to make an impact and things like that, that it gives you that spirit to keep doing it. Imagine somebody just born, from the day he was born, he gets everything he wants. How many of these rich people, how many of their children do you hear their names? Ask yourself that. So some of these people, you hear their names, they come from very obscure families. And after that, they disappear. That family disappears until after a long time again, somebody who, one person or the other who went into adversity will come up. Most of the rich people you are jealous of in Nigeria, how many of their children are you hearing are doing well in journalism? Like, that, yeah, this is where I am working. How many of them are doing well in the sciences, in business or whatever? They are just there. They are used to luxury. So at the end of the day, you discover that they make no impact in society, and it's the children of poor people who begin to take up and make impact in society. So look, whichever way you were born, don't despise your birth. Just work hard to turn it around. You know, so that's it. So we need to be looking deeper at life. Sometimes I see all these posts on social media, how many cars, how many houses, he just bought a house, he just built. Look, what does those things count? I saw a video that the man went to the graveyard and said, this is where it all ends. So just let's learn to be good to each other, love one another, don't heat up the system unduly. I believe that whatever challenges we have, if we are diligent and coordinated and cooperative, prayerfully, they will disappear. Every time I think about how Rishi Sunak got back to that seat in Great Britain, it just calms me down a little bit. So you just relax. You'll be surprised. People don't know. You see, as far as the heavens are from the earth, so are your thoughts far from mine. So people don't look at these things. You just read it as words. If you desire something, you pray for it. If it doesn't work out like that, you keep praying, you live it. You don't need to go and force it. It is in the process of doing that you get into all kinds of trouble. 93.7 Citizen FM. My name is Ernest. Just trying to share with you. I don't know. I hope James is still on his way. He hasn't given me any signals, and our time is almost running out here. But of course, let's do it. I don't know if you want to share. If something happened over the weekend in your area and you want to share with me, you can actually call. Let's make it. Like I said, Jerry was accusing me the other day of not giving him enough time to talk. I just wonder why he should say that. I mean, Jerry is one of those who call, one of our very faithful callers, and I really appreciate him, man. So he has every opportunity to air his views. And when I was trying to let him round off so somebody else could talk, he started saying things. It's part of what we are saying, you know. He forgot that he usually has time. So the Nigerian is always interested in the now. You know, we need to think through things before we do them. Jerry should know he has enough time to talk here, and I will always give him space to speak, because it's important for citizens to speak so the leaders can hear our voice, despite our differences in opinions and whatever. Spread all of them down. The ability of a leader to synthesize all these different opinions and make the right decisions. That's why they are in their seat. That's why they get all the pay they get. All right? So let's learn to be a little bit more patient with each other, and then show a little bit more love, and see that at the end of the day, our country will always yield that which we desire. If we do not yield it, if we keep castigating our land and seeing the wrong things about her. It is the positive confessions we make and the prayerful, that prayerfulness for our leaders and for our nation. That is how we'll get there. That reminds me. I noticed something. Very. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Okay, so somebody wants to join me. Let's see who it is. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there? Okay. Yeah. Please, you can call back. You can buzz me back. Let's share. Let me hear what you have to say. 0903-222-9797. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. I don't understand why this is not coming up. I don't understand. So you can call 0818-222-22205. 0818-222-22205. Let's see. I think that's the number the person was dialing. So let's see. So you like we're just saying, the positive confessions that we make. Hello. I still can't get him. Yeah, please keep dialing. I think the challenge is from within the studio here. We'll see how we can work it out so we can get you on air. Okay, so we have some. Meanwhile, I think you can dial the other numbers, 0903-222-9797. 0903-222-9797. So we can make conversation. Or 0818-22-222-205. All right, let's take a moment. Afternoon. right, 93.7 Citizen FM, reaching you from the center of the city here. It's politics now, and we're still looking at issues surrounding our nation. Of course, this week we'll be looking at several issues. There's, of course, a census will be coming up later this year. It was supposed to kick off this month, actually. And people are asking questions already. How credible is it going to be? How will Nigerians believe? We've done censuses before, and all kinds of issues come up. That some people, they go to their villages and bring all kinds of numbers and stuff. We don't believe ourselves. We don't trust ourselves. And people are saying, in this era, in this time when there are so many challenges and people shouting about elections, even in states. A lot of those who lost elections in different states are grumbling and complaining and threatening and going to court and all of that. So I don't know. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, I don't know. Please, in case you're trying to dial, please dial the number 0903 222 9797. 0903 2229797. Let's try that. I think this other number is having some issues. That is why. And that is the one, a couple of persons have been calling on that consistently. I don't know if they're not hearing me or they just want to be part of the program from a distance. But I guess 0903 222 9797, unless the network is bad getting through on that one. But I believe that you should try that one for now. The other number is having some issues that I seem not to be able to resolve from the studios here. The engineers will come and do that maybe shortly after this show, or they're still working on it. Let's see, maybe before we round off, they'll be able to do that. But please, if you want to dial, you could dial 0903 222 9797. 0903 222 9797. Nation can be built on distrust, where in all parts of the country don't trust each other, tribe, religion, language, all of that, people biting at each other from one corner. One person does something, they say he did it because of his ethnic group, because of his religion. No country can be, you will never grow. We need to begin to understand these things. And this is the challenge, because people are so selfish, and then they have a group of people who follow them. And of course, fake news as well. Somebody said to me that possibly the next World War III is more likely to start from social media. All kinds of things going in there. So please be careful. Warn your children. You don't need to get so deep into social media. You need to be careful with that. The minute you get so absorbed in that, TikTok, whatever, Snapchat, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and all of that, look, you get sold away. Get sold away by that. I think I was in a church over the weekend, and that's exactly what the preacher man was talking about. People are so much in watching skits, hold their phones and you're laughing, quack, 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 you forget yourself, all the things you're supposed to think about and do. So we need to get involved in, and then any message some people just put in there, you grab it. Some people tell all kinds of lies. Cheats, child molesters, and criminals are lurking in those places. They take over the minds of your children, and before you know it, the child that you've been pampering and treating well and bringing up to be a good citizen suddenly turns to leave overnight and becomes somebody else, and you begin to wonder how. You begin to blame teachers in school. You forget that you failed in some of your responsibilities. So let's begin to be very vigilant, and not just, it's not everything you see on social media. Not all this information you hear is true. When you see something on social media about news, that's one way of verifying. Check the official news channels. Check them to confirm. The normal newspapers, I think they have pages on the internet. Check. Before you check 1, 2, 3 credible newspapers that 1, 2, 3 television, radio stations and you don't see it there, then this may be a lie, especially when you can't verify that website or wherever you got that news from. You need to learn all these ABCs of confirming stories. It's not everything you see on WhatsApp that people just write that is true. Some people stay in their rooms and just create something, cause confusion everywhere, and you are just running with it. Let's learn to protect our mind, and in that process, protect our country. Nigeria is a great nation. I've lived in many countries, and I should be telling you, and I'm back here. No matter the challenges we have, you have to understand, America is not so bad. They are more developed, I agree, but living there as an individual, the basic daily challenges you face here, people even face worse than that over there. So we need to understand all these things, and when we do and say things about our country, we need to put those into perspective. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Oh, thank God. Somebody's getting through finally. I'm telling you. We've been calling since.
How was the weekend?
Man, look, I had a wonderful weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. I thank God. How about yours?
My greetings to thank God. My name is Buddy.
Okay, Buddy. Okay, what part of town are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Karo presently.
Oh, okay. How is Karu?
Well, it's okay.
I guess this
I'm just still looking for
is the song still biting hard, or is that calm down a little bit?
I look at the weather as it is going to rain.
Okay.
My greetings to Stanley and Lawrence.
Okay.
I tried calling this Lawrence show, but I couldn't get through.
Okay. And they're still in the office, so they must be hearing you from one part of the office or the other.
And then, my problem is patriotism is a challenge in the country.
Okay.
Disbelief is also a problem in the country. That is why you see the leaders that we have could not believe in the medical profession in the country. We have a successful surgery in 2012 in the same country with the bad electricity that we have. People have been able to put together their heart. People have come from abroad and been able to do those things. We just need a little bit of patriotism and belief, and the country will move forward. I know Nigerians are hurt in this election, but in as much as we are hurt, we should also put our foundations together and begin to analyze. If we say this person because we all wanted this person to win, and he did not win, and everybody is flying helter skelter that this election is not okay, there are still take-homes from this election. If this election, let's look at it, is it the way we had it before? You can see take home. We know people wanted a bigger picture. The take home is a bigger picture, but it didn't come through. There is no other nation that will take care of us. We are always a second-class citizens wherever we go. There is no place like home. Then my concern always, my preaching always is this: institutions. We need stronger institutions. If we have strong institutions, Ernest, those who are shouting in the Lagos incident, people shouting that Lagos is not there. You don't need anybody to tell the police what to do. You don't need anybody to tell the DSS what to do, because there are stronger institutions. See what happens to Kuremadu in the UK, because there are stronger institutions. There are no big men, there are no strong men who came out and say this is what is going to happen. Somebody blew the whistle, and before you know, they put the law before him and said, this is your crime. Even when he is denying it, there is a crime before you that this is the constitution that we have. And it says this, if you commit this, this is this. And you see what is happening. And then that's just what we needed in Nigeria. Okay. Nigerians are good people, Nigerians are resilient people, but we needed a stronger institutions. And those who are coming in, for God's sake, they should put sentiments apart and start building a stronger institution. If the foundation is right, and it's not be good for you. Countries are looking up to us.
Okay.
Your colleague in Senegal, who happens to be a journalist, always said it when we converse. We always say that when we discuss with people in Senegal, they said they are looking up to Nigeria. If Nigeria should get it right, Africa will be better for, just like what he said. Parents should also watch the TikTok in the whole thing on the social media. People should be careful. You know what you pick and choose. And I know Nigeria will be better for it. Good afternoon.
Oh, my brother, I want to thank you so much for your very great words of wisdom. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, buddy. We appreciate you. Fantastic. He's saying that. Look, what you said, the first one, I have never, I'm saying it here. President Buhari can hear me. Anything he wants to do, was very, very wrong of our president going to disgrace us in the UK, say he's coming for medical, this and that. Look, those things are wrong. And let's start the movement. This is how we're going to force them to create institutions. Anybody who comes, when the Asiwaju is sworn in or whatever, anyhow, we go to the airport and wait. That jet will block the entrance. Let the police come and kill or do whatever they want to do. You are not going anywhere. We have doctors here doing fantastic jobs, hospitals here in Nigeria. No president should disgrace us like that again. We can make a vow like that as a people. I will join in that protest. The one block the president, the tarmac, block the plane. He will not enter. the president, whoever he is, can you be president of Nigeria, go and be disgracing us in another country that you are coming for medical treatment, medical tourism, park the presidential jet in another country for weeks, months, spend the money to pay landing charges and things like that. I mean, the enemy needs to rise up to that. We go to the airport and block the president from moving. I agree with you, buddy. And then next time he will know that he's not going. It's better you die here than to do that. What is wrong with that? People die for their nations, and the president should be the first person to die because of his country. If you don't have that value for your country to the extent you're willing to die for her name, then why do you want to be president? Go and sit in your house. Then you can travel as a private citizen for a medical trip anywhere. But when you are president of a country, you represent that nation, and you cannot be disgracing her by running up and down from pillar to post looking for doctors when we have them very good ones here in Nigeria. Buddy, I agree with you. Okay? And in building institutions, I believe that it is when you begin to force people. Nigerians don't want to understand that when you are given a job, most of them, they are afraid. They don't want to be hungry. They want to save money for their families. And so when they are threatened by those who put them in office, they just bow to what they want. You forget that, look, you do that job for Nigeria. Not the president appoints you as a minister. You are cleared by the Senate. It means that it is the Nigerian people who appointed you. It's not the president. So your loyalty is to Nigeria. But very few people understand that. And so they still go to the president and be looking at his face. Imagine a whole inspector general of police will be waiting for the president to tell him to arrest somebody or not. I mean, what kind of thing is that? The IG, you move in, arrest senators, arrest the governor. Okay, they say governors are immune. Any other person, arrest them, prosecute them. If you have evidence, do your due diligence, you do investigation. But because of laziness, that's why we are saying institutions are there. It's the people who are manning them who don't want to make them strong. You know, all these electoral offenses we are saying. Let's wait now and see how many people the police are going to prosecute. In all these countries we are talking about, they will arrest those people on the streets and make them to confess and call the name of the person who sent them. Then they go and pluck that person and prosecute him neatly. They are still discussing about whether to indict the former president of the U.S., Donald Trump. Imagine that. The former president. But here, they do cronyism. You cover me, I cover you. One president is saying, I covered the presidents before me. Why are you people not covering me? You know, so those are the issues. And we need to begin to challenge it and force our leaders to begin to, that's how the institutions will begin to get stronger. This is our country. Me, I don't have another one. I've tested some of these countries and I've discovered that there is no place like Nigeria. That's why I'm here. So I don't want anybody to spoil it for me. I want to enjoy my country, my land, my home, where I have everything. So look, if there's anything we're going to fight, we'll make that move. We will arrange it. As soon as the new president is sworn in, we're going to form a coalition to ensure that the president will not travel outside of Nigeria for 1 second to go and get treatment. Even in Cotonou here, Benin Republic, he will not go. He's going to stay here. He's going to stay within Nigeria for any treatment. We'll have better doctors here. Don't be disgracing us. A medical trip, go and spend 3 months in another person's country. They're laughing at us. No, that's why you see all these countries come here and tell us that they will soon throw bombs, Abuja will soon scatter. See how people were panicking for about 2 weeks. And now those countries are coming to be talking as if they are our friends now. They are not. If you can't support us at the time when things are difficult, what are you coming to be talking? You know, these countries are talking and people are listening to them. They want to do visa ban. You told people and Nigerians were running to their villages and had accidents and died on the road because these countries were saying Abuja is under threat. There's going to be bomb everywhere, kill everybody. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Okay.
My name is Suleiman from Temankrata.
Okay, Suleiman, how are you doing today?
Yes, thank you for your job.
Okay, thank you for listening and thank you for joining us.
Yes. You see, America, US, they no pass Nigeria for anything.
Okay.
Now we, Nigeria, we suffer ourselves. We don't say we don't build the house for Nigeria.
No, they will never do that.
How you go carry container? Look how many stories do they put waste in this place?
That's true.
container. But Nigeria go carry our money, go build how many houses there, build how many companies. They're supposed to build how many companies there. All those our big man. If they go block all those things, don't go abroad to go take up. Like Ekurena on our way there.
Okay.
If in Nigeria, yes, if in Nigeria, he go face this punishment.
No, he will not. He would have escaped one way or the other. Think so?
Yes. You see, they're supposed to block all those things.
We will block them. Let's plan to do that when the next president comes. That he cannot travel anywhere or any treatment.
Anywhere,
I support that.
Anywhere, important something more for outside or build any only country for outside.
All right.
Like Ghana.
All right, Suleiman. Suleiman. Suleiman, thank you so much. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. We'll be back again here tomorrow. We'll have more time to talk about our country and how we can make it better. For now, we just have something coming up, and it's the Ramadan season, and we need to support our Muslim brothers and sisters as they do that. We just have this message for them. Do have yourself a wonderful day, and then I'll be seeing you again tomorrow.
Call to Prayer is sponsored by the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة